The most proven rep scheme there is when it comes to strength training is sets of 5. 5x5, 3 sets of 5. The first time I ever tried strength training was Mark Ripeto's 5x5 program, Texas Method. And that had you do 3 lots, you trained 3 times a week. And I think Monday was like 5x5. And then so that was a volume day. And then on Wednesdays you did, I think, like a speed recovery day or something like this. And then on Friday you would kind of go for like a heavy set of 5 or whatever. That was kind of where I started. So I do think that set of 5s are really good, and it's probably the best thing for strength training, really. But when the question comes up, what is the best kind of rep range, I always say to everyone, kind of all of them. Like really, like I've kind of learned that the hard way several times now. If you spend too long moving the bar really slowly, or doing too heavy of a weight for too little of reps, you end up kind of changing your form unwillingly, and you end up getting hurt. My hip pain, I think, is related to lifting too heavy. Not just lifting too heavy as in going to daily singles, but doing that in absence of doing high rep sets. So the biggest change for me in my training in the last sort of month has been implementing high rep sets. Sets up to basically 50. I've done barbells for a set of 50. So to me, health is in that range, man. If you do sets between 20 and 50, that is pump training, that is health training. Blood. I always feel amazing when I incorporate that. So I definitely believe in sets of 50. I definitely believe in sets of 1. And I also believe in sets of 5. The trouble with sets of 5 is that you're kind of in that kind of weird range where you're not just doing a single, so you're not just bracing for 1 rep, you're bracing for 5 of them. And there's a lot of time under tension under that bar, and the weight's pretty heavy. You can do a set of 80%, 85% maybe for a set of 5. That's heavy ass weight for a whole lot of time under the bar. So, you want to make sure those reps are perfect, absolutely perfect when you do them, because if you deviate from perfect form, you're running the risk of getting hurt. And from my perspective, screw that, man. Screw getting hurt. Like, I've spent such a long time dealing with hip pain for such a long time, and it took me a very long time to work out that I need to back away and start doing some light weight. And now I've become accustomed to lightweight, and I look forward to it because I know it's going to make me feel good, and it makes heavy weight feel all right. Like, it doesn't hurt. So today I basically went 60, 100, 140, 160, 170 for set of 5. I haven't done 170 for set of 5 in a very long time. I even thought about doing 180 for set of 5, but I was kind of wasted by the time I got to it. So I ended up doing 180 for 1. It feels good. I feel amazing. It's just really, really refreshing to kind of do all of these rep ranges. So in the last few days, I've kind of done sets of 20. Then the following day I did sets of 10. Now I'm doing sets of 5. And also I've got the pig squad routine coming up as well one of these days when I have a day off. I really don't want to do them when I've got work. So I'll do them on a day off where I can kind of recover and have good food and good sleep and all that business. So I've got a wide range, completely wide range of training, and I think everyone should be doing that. Block periodization, that kind of rubs me up the wrong way because it depends on the length of the block. Like if your block is 1 week or 2 weeks, then I would understand. You're working with 60, then 70, then 80%, and then 90%. Like you're doing that. But I feel like if your blocks are too long, there's a lot of decay of ability. So say you're doing, I don't know, let's just say 12 weeks of 50% weight, and then you do, I don't know, 8 weeks of 70 or 75%. I feel like there's a lot of decay. You lose all those qualities that you've built in the first block. You kind of lose it by the time you get to 90% weight. I don't know. It doesn't feel that's the right way to go about it. To always kind of be in blocks. It's proven. I mean, there's a lot of coaches out there doing exactly the same thing. I'm just thinking from my point of view in my life where I've got night shifts and all sorts of things going on. I need something that's fully adaptable to my life. Because I'm not, let's face it, I'm not a paid athlete. I'm not somebody competing for, gold medals and whatever. And I have to go to work and do night shifts and stuff. So if the training session falls on a day after my night shifts, well, what do I do there? Like, I can't hit 5x5 at 80%. There's no way in hell. I just don't have it in me, man. I haven't eaten, haven't slept, haven't done anything. So I've always kind of liked, training all the qualities at the same time, because it's super flexible. You warm up and you're like, all right, no worries. I feel like I can do this today, and you do it. As long as you address all of the things you need to address. So it's kind of like a chaotic system that I'm doing right now. It's purely by feel, but I'm still trying to get sets of 50s, sets of 1, all that sort of stuff in there. And right now my body's feeling really good. I feel like in the last few weeks I've put on a lot of strength. I even attempted 210. So I think I'm on the right track with all of this. But I think if, I often get asked, like, what rep ranges should I do if I'm a beginner? Man, I feel like I just want to say, just do bodybuilding, man. Yeah, do sets of 8 to 12. Just spend a lot of your time there, and above. Build some sort of muscle, build some sort of foundational strength, and you can go from there. But for me, if you've been lifting for a little while, I think you need to do all of them, and do all of them often. It's just the way I feel best. So I'll see how I go in the next few weeks to see whether this translates not only to health. Like right now I feel healthy, so it's a win situation for me. But whether it translates to strength, how well it translates to strength, I feel like it's gonna go well because I feel healthy. And when I feel healthy, I can get volume in, man. Any sort of volume is good volume, man. If you do 10 sets of 10 or 50%, that's a lot of volume. People laugh at that. That's not heavy enough. I reckon there's a lot of value in that. I think there's value in everything. So really enjoyable day today to kind of move heavy weight around. But don't think that it's only these days that I find interesting. I feel all days are interesting. 10 sets of 10 days are just as interesting to me as 5 sets of sets of 5. Obviously, it's more relative to your sport when you're doing kind of like lower rep schemes. But there's qualities there for you to get it at sets of 50, man. I think powerlifting in general gets it wrong. Like we're too fixated in low repetitions. I think there's a lot of value. Tom Platz, I've listened to Tom Platz, the last few days talk about it. He says, man, his goal was to do weights to a set of 50. He would get under that bar and he would just basically stand there until he can get another rep. Kind of like super squats. He said, like, I think he said he did 180 kilos for a set of 50, man. Think about that. That is insanity. That is incredible work capacity. Man, I mean, I reckon he would have been a very strong powerlifter if he dedicated a lot of his some time to like heavy lifting, because he was just purely going after hypertrophy. By the way, I think this is 220. This kind of moves slow for me, but it was all right. After doing sets of 5, quite happy with this. So if you got the capacity to do 180 kilos for a set of 50, man, like if you spend some time doing singles, doubles, triples, along with that training. So say you did 180 for a set of 50. What if you ended that training session with just doing singles all the way up to like a comfortable bar speed or whatever. So I reckon you can do both. I honestly think you can do both. So you see me do all sorts of reps now: 20s, 10s, 5s, 1s, 50s. I think they all have a place. All right, guys. Another little spiel about what I'm thinking right now. Hope it helped. Until next time, peace out.